Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be interviewing some of my coworkers at Walmart. So I'm gonna head to the office soon, but first I want to give a quick shout out to, I guess, one of my subscribers, Ryan. He commented on my last video and he gave me or suggested me some content for future videos. I'll try to put out all those contents that he suggested. But one of them, before I head out, I thought that I could give a quick, fit check. So fit check, when you work for the tech industry, you don't need to dress up so professionally. So for me, I'm just wearing a casual t-shirt that's a little bit on the looser end with some baggy pants from J.Crew. And then I'll be just wearing a regular sneaker, Nike sneaker. But yeah, this is my fit check, nothing special. And sometimes I go even more casual than this, wearing some sweatpants that are black. So it's not like so obvious, that are like tighter on, I guess the ankle part. And just a t-shirt. And when it gets colder, I wear something longer with hoodie. Or there are times where I go a bit more professional with button down t-shirts and a more business professional pants, but those instances are more rare than what I have today. Anyways, thank you, Ryan, for some suggestions, and I appreciate your comment. Let's go to the office. So here is my fit check for today. And about to go to the office now. And here's my doggy. Heading to the office right now. It takes about 30 minutes. I'm gonna ask Steven, who I've been working at Walmart for 3 years now. He started 1 year before me. And then I'm also gonna ask Austin 2 questions. Austin is my friend who I referred him earlier this year so that he can get a job at Walmart before he worked at Amazon. Before that, we went to college together at Virginia Tech. Alright, I'll see you guys at the office. Alright, so here we are at the office. Austin's right in front of me, and actually Steven's to the side of us. But I'm gonna ask these two some questions as we've been working at Walmart for X amount of years. Steven, 4 years, me 3, and Austin very recently. Anyways, Austin here is actually a friend of mine since college, and I was fortunate enough to refer him a job here. Amazingly enough, now he works with me for outbound processing, and from our conversation, it seems like he enjoys it here at Walmart.
Correct.
So, my first question to Austin is, you worked at both Amazon, and now you are at Walmart. What's different about these two companies, and which culture do you enjoy being a part of more? And
I love Walmart. No, that is true. I can only speak to the individual teams I was on.
True.
But I think Amazon's a bit unnecessarily strict and high pressure. Nothing was like horribly wrong there, but the way that I feel here is like I can be relaxed and I can breathe, take a bit of time off and not feel like it's my job to get the deadline back, kind of like just as if it was out of my own time. So it's kind of obvious, like the laxness is different, but I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep. So. Can you explain to us at Amazon, what was this? Why couldn't you breathe? Why were they choking you? They call it something there. The PIP?
The PIP?
Yeah, the PIP.
PIP stack ranking. There's that, but it's really, I joined and I was remote as a new grad, and I don't think that people really wanted to help me as much as I needed. And it was like a really like complex industry kind of team. So I was just getting lost doing stuff that like I should have known how to do and should have been easy, but it
Right.
wasn't. So that was like making everything way worse. And
Right.
I did kind of catch up eventually, but by that point, like I had already kind of made a bad impression.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Austin. One more question for you. What defines a good software engineer? And it's subjective, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, there's like communication skills, willingness to try. I'd say attention to detail is what makes it for me. It's all about, can you get into the details? Do you care about whether something is technically correct or not? That's kind of like the entire vibe, the entire base of being an engineer.
Yeah. And I think, Steven, who's right next to us, I feel like he told me this a lot as I was, chasing his ass for help. But he would always say, a good engineer is, I think, those who can really problem solve and, try to look deeper into the problem and doing it yourself and, discover solutions. So anyways, thank you, Austin. And we're going to Steven. All right, so next up is Steven. I already wrote this in our text message group chat, but yeah, Steven's been a blessing all through my time at Walmart. Coincidentally, before I even joined Walmart, I knew Steven. How? Because I reached out to him on LinkedIn. And, as I was prepping for the interview, I reached out to you. And even more coincidentally, now we're on the same team. I joined and he was there. And I thought, wow, God's blessing for sure for me. Though we are only 1 year apart from starting our careers in, tech, I have a lot of respect for Steven, who works with integrity and is diligent at what he does. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And my question to him is, since you've been at Walmart for a little over 4 years, what have you gained the most from being at a retail giant like Walmart?
What have I gained the most? Perspective. Understanding that operating technology at scale is, that's what we do. Right. And I never really understood that scale until I came to Walmart, right? 5,000 stores, 2.4 million associates, millions of items, billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, there's just no lack of scale. And so I think Walmart definitely put that into perspective for me. Technology, it's easy to think you build something that works, but you also need to build something that keeps working, right? That can handle a lot of traffic or a lot of load. So,
ooh, sheesh. You want to promote Stonks Royale real quick? As you were talking about it, I was thinking about Stonks Royale. So, Steven, he has his own game
platform,
game platform, or explain real quick. So, what is Stonks Royale?
Sure. So, soon after I joined Walmart, I started on a personal project called Stonks Royale, and it's a competitive stock trading platform. So, I was getting into finance and, personal investing, and I thought, this would be cool as a game, to compete with other people. So I built it. I built a competitive stock trading platform where you, buy and sell stocks against real market data, and there's a leaderboard for the top players. And so, there's been a lot of overlap between, design patterns that Walmart has taught me that I could apply to that, and also, design patterns that I used in Stonks that I applied to my work at Walmart. And that's just being an engineer and growing as an engineer. It doesn't matter where you are, or even what you're doing, as long as you're learning and growing. But
so
yeah, stonksroyale.com.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta play, guys. I don't even play, but I need to. Okay. If you were to scale Stonks Royale even more further, how could you scale it? In what way?
Well, I mean, the point of technology is that you shouldn't have to manually scale anything, right? That your infrastructure can maintain that for you. So, you know, obviously I haven't really tested stonks to a scale. I mean, obviously I have a very low traffic, very low user base. So just monitoring it and watching as it grows. But, you know, if one day I went from, you know, my current amount of users and it like 10x in a day, I don't know how the system would handle it. I haven't really tested that. I haven't really been so resilient as much as I am with Walmart, because Walmart has to operate at that scale and Stonks just doesn't.
Okay.
So I'd be curious to see what happens if it blows up.
Thank you. And one last question: if there is an engineer that is just kickstarting his or her career, what would you tell him or her, and how would he or she be able to grow and possibly get promoted quickly?
Sure. Always learn. You know, like always be open to feedback. Always be willing to explore and discover new things. You know, keep an open mind, right? Like it's very easy to be stuck in your ways, or even a little bit arrogant, right? Like, you know, but being open and willing to hear other people's perspectives can really shape yours. And that doesn't even just have to be like engineering advice, just life advice, right? Like being able to adapt and change. And, you know, as engineers, our environment is constantly changing. Every day there's something new. There's a production issue, or there's a new technology that we need to integrate or something. Yeah. And so, you know, being able to learn and grow, even as a new engineer, right? You know, like when we joined, we didn't know anything. You know, and think about how much we know now. Think about how much we'll know in another 3 to 4 years, right? Because we're so open and willing to learn that. We're not just like, oh, I don't want to learn that, or like, no, I don't need that. That's not going to be useful anymore.
And, you know, not trying to hype this man up constantly, but I think one good quality of Steven is the fact that he's well organized as well. And I think that really has helped you. And it's only helped me because you're, you know, you give me some of, like even all the organized bookmarks, he shares it with the entire team. Why? Because he's organized.
Sure.
And just, that's something that you constantly say to me, which is he's not so smart, but he's well organized and he's well prepared. And that really, you know, helps Steven. Yeah. Well, thank you both to Steven, and there's Austin right here too. So, yeah. All right.
Happy to share.
That was it.